Hello C3 students. I wanted to take you on a tour of some of my favorite inspiration. It's my houseplants. I can get all kinds from all sorts of places and I can paint them over and over. This is my fiddle leaf fig, monstera. It's a little one. This is my absolute favorite. This is a begonia mocolata. A well cared for houseplant can be a great resource. You can move them, take pictures of them. They have seasons where sometimes they're growing a lot more than other times, and sometimes they're in bloom. And sometimes, if you're not careful, they even die. And that can be great inspiration too. This sad looking tree is my Aralia. I'm not sure what happened to him, but he doesn't look like he's doing too well. His brother's doing fine. It's really fun to paint beautiful live plants. But sometimes it's nice to have a challenge of something different. When you're painting something that's a little out of the ordinary, it's nice to compare it to what the ordinary is. So this Aralia is healthy, and its leaves grow up and like to go towards the sun. They're facing upwards, they're bright green, and they're thick. But when we look at this one, we'll notice that the leaves are brown. They're starting to curl in and they're pointing downward instead of facing up. There's a lot of missing leaves, so we have a lot of sticks that are bare. Some of the leaves at the top are still doing okay, but these are a soft green, these are brown, and there's a lot of dark stick. I'm gonna try to stick with this small palette of colors, which means I'm gonna have to do some mixing. When I'm painting something that's going in a very specific direction, up versus down, I like to move my brush in that direction. So if I'm going to paint a leaf that's going up, I like to move my brush up. It just gives me a natural sense of where that thing is supposed to be. I could do it upside down and still paint a leaf that's going up. If I could do it going down. That is possible. It's fine. But I like to try to keep it going in its natural direction. So if I'm painting a leaf that's going down, I have a stem, I'm going to do a stroke that goes in a nice arch, and then I'm going to pull paint down towards me. Just because that's the world that I live in. Things that go down, go down. So this stroke that I used is a C stroke. You start with a little bit of pressure and slowly add pressure and then slowly take it off in a C shape. And now I have this nice round part that matches what my Aralia leaves look like. And then I do a straight one where I push down a little bit more, and then pick up a little bit. So slowly adding and then slowly releasing pressure right next to it. So now it looks like I have like a cupped leaf. And if I do multiple colors, it could look even better. Adding multiple colors can give your leaf a lot of depth, a lot of character. I think I'm ready now to start painting my tree. I'm going to start with the shape of a pot, and I'm not going to put a crazy amount of effort into it. Making it look just like the pot that I have, because the pot that I have is a bit complicated. What I'm basically making here is a C, a shallow C, a very shallow C, and then pulling the sides down of that C to make it look like a pot. Then I'll fill in this C shape with brown, so there's my dirt. And the dirt mounds up a little bit. For my pots, I like to add some dark colors to the corner and the side edge. It makes it look like there's a light that's coming from this direction. And so I try to keep that in mind, that this side of my paper is going to need to be darker than this side of my paper. painting a dead house plant may not be something you end up wanting to hang on your wall, but it's really great practice with using colors that you don't normally use and painting shapes that you don't normally see. So good luck to you and to my plant.